Listen, stateside red again. You know what it is. Natalie here, talking FA Cup semi-final. Man United women have done it again. Unfortunately, unlike the men, we're in the final 3 years in a row. Obviously, it's against Chelsea, who are one of the best, if not the best team in England, and obviously one of the best teams in Europe. But our first FA Cup final was against them. We unfortunately went down 1-0. The second time we played Tottenham Hotspur women, won 4-0. So this is our third time in a row that we're in the final. We beat Man City women in the league, in the cup, in the semi-final. Listen, look at me, I'm forgetting, because listen, it was just such an energetic game. I was at that game. It was just so good. From the off, Man United wanted it more hunger, more desire. This is the first time that I've seen, a Man United team go for it, go for the jugular. To me, it was 2-0, but they could have 4-5, and we always looked in so much control. Every player on the pitch, from Fallon, who made a fantastic double save. If you haven't seen it yet, go and bloody watch it, because it's absolutely amazing. It's doing the rounds, not only on the men's channel, but the women's channel. People are saying Fallon should be playing instead of Onana. This is how good the girl is. She tipped it onto the bar, was falling down, but then jumped up and made her like a kung fu kick. It was so amazing. So following goal kept us in it at that point. Mayer and Millie, every header, every tackle, even Gabby George, Jade Riviere, who I know is like one of the favourites, Canada as well, coming in last ditch tackles, and it's just so easy for us. My girl, Grace Clinton, got a header to make it 2-0, but again, dictating the play, passing the ball. If anyone's watched, Mark Skinner's talking about 2-10s, and I'm not been a fan of that. I think there should be, a 6, 8, and a 10. But to be honest, we got it right. When you just put it on, City, they've not really had the top players, but when you just put it on a team and go for it, hell for leather, like they have done all out attacking football, you get the results, and that's what we've seen today. But every player seemed to know where they should be, what they should be doing. And I just want to shout out the other 10, Ella Toon. She made the assist for the first goal. It was a beautifully weighted chip over the top. Went through to Bizette, who was on the right, who's been absolutely amazing as well. Went through to her. She sort of took it to the left, then took it back into the middle and just curled it around the keeper. Fantastic goal, fantastic pass. But, I want to shout out, I suppose, the holder in that midfield that has been for Man United women, and it's Hinata Miyazawa. She's a Japanese international. She won Golden Boot. And basically she's now playing as our holding midfielder. But I think with the Japanese players, especially in the women's game, they're so technical. They can do everything. The way that she was sticking her ball out, controlling it down, passing it off, just the simple things. And that's what you need as a defensive midfielder. And I just want to shout out Leah Galton on the left as well. She made a driving run. She's been good. And that for me was one of her better games in the that semi-final, because even though she might have been carrying a knock, and I know she's had like back injuries and foot injuries, and I think she went off with an injury at the end, she's still fighting till the end. And my favourite, if anyone's seen my, check out my Twitter, Natalie17 there. But if anyone's seen my pictures on my Twitter or on my Instagram or whatever, you saw me with Turland, and I've always shouted out Turland. She's been always one of my favourite players, a proper clinical number 9. And I think, to be honest, United women, we're back up to that level, back up, like I say, 3 times in a row, finals. We're looking on course, if everything goes well, to be finishing in Champions League spot. So it is going really well. To me, a lot of this reason is because, you give your credit to the manager. Like I said, the formation, I wasn't really behind it, but he's done well with that. But for me, I think it's a togetherness as well of all the players just being just as one family. That's what I heard Ella Toon apparently said. We win games because we're a family. We're fighting for each other, and then we're fighting for our fans. And anyone who watched it, I mean, if you've got BBC iPlayer, you can go back and watch it. But being at Man City behind the goal, and everyone was singing, all we heard was United and United songs, from Busby Babes to Banks of the Irwell to then individual women players' songs. It was just to Case Sarah, we're going to Wembley. It was just an amazing away into being, and proper football. Like I say, I could feel like the presence of the crowd was geeing our players on, was getting in the heads of the City fans and, putting them off and distracting them, and just a proper derby feel, So, I want to shout out all the fans that did come. But like I said, if you can't come and be there, if you're supporting from the States, if you watched it, because that away end was just something else. And that's the way it always is. If you ever come to any match, men, women, it's always like being behind the team, and that 90 minutes is whatever you think and whatever your opinions, doesn't matter, because you are fighting together as one. And that's the best thing about United for me. It doesn't matter if you're your pals, your best mates, you love this player, you hate that player, all the opinions go out the window, because for that 90 minutes, we're all one family, we're all fighting together, and we're fighting to win games, get to finals, win trophies, be in Champions League, win Europa League, doesn't matter. We're Man United, and this is what we should be doing. We should be in finals. We should be getting Champions League. We should be finishing high up the table. So that fighting spirit, that the reason why I fell in love with Man United, I feel it in the women. I've always felt it in the women. There's times maybe when it's dipped off, when you don't, not through fault of them or through fault of anyone, but I just, you feel that dip off. Myself, I've had other things on that's taking priority. Can't turn up as much. But, if you're watching at home, when you're watching at stadium, if you're watching from the other side of the world, we're all united, we're all one, we're all fighting together. And that's how it feels when I watch the women. So I love it. And, guys, keep watching this channel. I'll always do the previews, reviews, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to learn. If it's individual players, if it's, about each game, you let us know. We'll keep doing the content, whatever you want to see, we're here for it. But, I just got to shout out them girls, because that game was amazing yet again. Keep supporting from wherever you are. And I'll see you again soon. And, hopefully women are bringing home the FA Cup again. See you soon, Reds. Take care. Bye.